All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is John Stauss. He is the CEO of ZRCN. And John, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're joining us from our OTC studios in New York City, and we'll talk about the OTC in just a second. But maybe for people not familiar, tell me a bit about the company. I know there's a parent company and some underneath as well.
Right. ZRCN, as we call it, is the parent company of Zircon Corporation, which is a long-standing business that was founded by my family 50 years ago. That company, Zircon, specializes in making very innovative electronic sensors for the construction industry, do-it-yourself industry. We're famous for the stud finders that we've been selling
Yes.
for quite a long time.
Yeah, I actually own one. I actually own two of them, as a matter of fact. So they're pretty well everywhere. Tell me a little bit about the growth that you've seen and especially with that do-it-yourself crowd. There's a lot of them that are out there that are people. You must have seen some incredible growth over the years.
Yeah, it's we were kind of novel when we came into the business because our product is strictly aimed at the hand tool industry. Uh, the hand tool industry is made up of very traditional tools like hammers and levels and tape measures, things that have been around for hundreds of years in many cases. But we came in with an innovative electronic device that can actually sense things in the wall that could never be done before, like sensing a wooden stud behind a surface, like a drywall or a paneling surface. Very important task, but very difficult to do. And we're based in Silicon Valley, so we brought electronic innovation and a very full-fledged R&D effort to that whole product category, which has allowed us to innovate over the years and make these things ever better, more reliable, less expensive, and with much more capability than anything in the past. And they're hot sellers. Everyone has had the experience of poking a hole in the wall looking for a stud, and we solve that problem.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about the global reach of the company. I know that your products are available all over the world. That's obviously a key focus of the company.
Right. The stud finder per se is most attractive to builders and do-it-yourselfers in areas of the world where there's a lot of wood frame construction. That would be particularly North America, Scandinavia, and Japan. The rest of the world uses a lot more brick and stone and concrete. So as we've expanded our R&D efforts, we've gone from detecting wooden studs to detecting other things, for example, piping, rebar, AC wiring, those kinds of things in the wall to address construction needs around the world.
Yeah. John, can you talk to me about what's ahead here in 2025 and beyond that? Is it refining what you already have? Is it coming up with new products? Is it finding new markets? Is it a combination of everything? Kind of give me a sort of a roadmap to the next year ahead.
The answer to your question is yes. Yes to all the above. Uh, we have a very robust research and development team in Silicon Valley that is going after all the above, literally. We're introducing entirely new technology this year that will reinvent the entire category that we already dominate, which is do-it-yourself consumers of stud finders and other detectors. At the same time, we're building a lot more advanced capability into the product category that will appeal to the construction industry worldwide. And we're going after new markets. We have strong toeholds in Europe, Japan, elsewhere in the world, and we just are looking for additional capital so we can go after those markets in the way that does justice to the potential that they have for our company.
Yeah. Is that what I was mentioning at the OTC studios in New York City? ZREN is the ticker you are under. I would guess that being out in front and supporting the company in doing these type of interviews and things like that is so important and bringing those new investors within.
Yeah, it's a new skill set for me. Zircon, for most of its history, was a private company because we liked it that way. But now we're a public company, so I'm learning how to be out in front and how to give interviews like this and meet and greet and really tell people what we're all about because, we're well known for our products, our brand is well known, but the company itself has been sort of secretive, and I'm out to change all that.
Yeah. And lastly, just on the awareness part of it, I would think that what we saw through COVID was people were turning within and doing a lot of home renovations and things like that. I don't think that's going to stop. I think that's something that people like to do and like to change certain things about where they are and where they live. Is that the secret sauce for you as you move forward?
You know, our business has been very steady over the years, and that's the reason that we went after the home improvement industry, because it's a relatively steady, relatively continuously growing kind of an industry, as opposed to consumer electronics, which is where our origins came from. COVID was a boon. You know, our biggest customers, the big home centers, were deemed essential businesses during COVID, and they couldn't get things because of supply chain issues and whatnot. We have supply chains pretty well figured out in our company. We've been focused on it for quite a long time. So we had no problem supplying those businesses with everything they could use, and they used a lot of our product. And so the whole industry took a dramatic upturn during COVID because people were staying home. They were finishing up those projects and taking on new ones because they had little else to do while they were stuck at home. And while most things were closed, they could drive down to the home center and get what they needed, and we were one of them.
Absolutely. John, thank you so much. Great to catch up with you and see what you're doing. Enjoy your tour of New York City and really appreciate the time and congratulations on what is such a successful business for you and your family.
Hey, I appreciate your time too. Thank you very much for having us.
All right, there's John Staus. He's the CEO of ZRCN.